Hi there. If you're new around here, you can call me Rose. And that's okay, because I'm new around here too. I'm finally done with my projects for the last 2 prompts. It took a little while because I had to wait for things to dry. One of my prompts from last time was to create a craft that was something that harkens back to your childhood but is now something that you could do that is a little more age appropriate, and that's the one that took me a little while. This little ceramic turkey, and these little feathers back here are actually my fingers, like you would have done when you were a kid, because we used to you know, do an outline of your hand and then you would make a turkey out of that. And I made her into one sparkly bitch because I love glitter. I'm a glitter just fiend and I have a lot of it, obviously. So that is my little Thanksgiving turkey. I thought about maybe expanding it and making her into a little centerpiece or something like that, but we'll see. These little feathers are pine cones that I picked from my tree outside and baked in the oven and waited for a couple days for them to be craftable, and then I cut them up and made them into little feathers and then glued glitter on every single one of them. And this little project was a little bit time consuming but awesome. The other prompt was to create something for your grandmother or whoever's birthday in your life is next, and that's for me, my grandmother. Her birthday's coming up in about a week, and so I painted her this little magpie because I heard tell that she likes magpies. I hope she likes it. I'm gonna send it off and hopefully she enjoys it as much as I enjoyed making it for her. Stay focused on your goals. I know it's really easy to get discouraged, and I know it's really easy to feel like you're not making progress. I feel like I've talked about this before or something like it, but just remember to get your work done. Just keep pushing and keep going forward, because you never know what is coming up next. You never know what you can achieve when you put your mind to it, and you never know your own potential until you push forward and do your best to unlock it. I think one of the problems that we face in this world of ours now is that we're constantly connected, and people are constantly posting their creations online, and there's a lot of pressure to be perfect, and there's a lot of pressure to not post something that isn't perfect. There's like a lot of perfectionism online, and there's a lot of people fostering that perfectionism, because then if something isn't perfect, somebody can face a lot of criticism and they can get discouraged very easily. And I'm here to tell you that it's okay not to be perfect. My whole channel is a testament to that, because I'm learning. I'm learning everything I do here as I go. A lot of the things that I'm doing here are things that I've never really done before. Like I said, I feel like I'm kind of beating a dead horse here at times, because I feel like I say the same things a lot, but I talk to people sometimes and a lot of them feel like they're not good enough, and your best is good enough. You don't always have to be perfect to be proud of what you're doing. You can be proud of your progress and be proud of yourself for making progress as a beginner. And just keep it pushing. Get your work done. Whatever it is that you want to do, you know, go out there, go sit in the middle of the banquet and take a big bite, because this is your time as much as it is anybody else's. You know, everything in between birth and the end of this life is yours. So go out there and take it. And don't waste time being discouraged. You know, spend your time learning, coping, creating, and hopefully mastering whatever it is that you want to master, whatever art form that you love. I'm dipping my hands into everything I can right now, and it's just been the best. So I would encourage anybody to do that, because as I told a friend of mine recently, all of this creating that I'm doing for the channel has done just wonders for my mental health, and I still believe in one of the core purposes behind this channel is to create, to rebuild yourself, and to rebuild your self-esteem and your worth and your sense of zen and inner peace, and that, you know, you're here and you're allowed. Prompt one for next time is to create something that only tells part of a story. To create a piece that tells an incomplete story, you know, a visual drabble maybe, or even a written drabble. Just something that doesn't tell the whole story. Something where, you know, people might have to fill in the blanks with their own imagination. Alternatively, if you don't want to do that, prompt number 2 for next time is a titillation. Titillation. Create something sexy. I personally plan on creating something sexy for a little special someone. But just whatever you're into, whatever you want to create for your own titillation maybe, or for the titillation of someone special, go ahead and create that. This is kind of inspired by the fact that I have been listening to a podcast called My Dad Wrote A Porno, and it is about this guy whose dad wrote some erotic literature. It's not very well written at all, but it's kind of, from what I understand, becoming a cult favorite among the internet, because this podcast is hilarious. And this guy's dad, his name is Rocky Flintstone. He really put his all into this erotica that he wrote, and apparently it's just all based on his own fantasies. That's the vibe that you get anyway. And it's very funny. I would recommend it if you want to listen to something funny, and if you just like kind of dirty humor, I would recommend it. It's a very funny podcast, and I've been listening to it, you know, whenever I get the chance lately. I just finished book 2, listening to book 2, so I guess I'll get started on book 3 whenever, but with that in mind, the prompt is titillation, so do what you will with that. And that's all I got for now. Just keep it pushing, and remember, go out there and make yourself.